Your heart is glowing, and I'm crashing into you. Baby, kiss me before they turn the lights out.
Hey buds, so we're going to start straight out the gate because I don't have an intro recorded. Here I'm using my E.L.F. mineral primer all over my face, and instead of rubbing it as I'm doing here, it's better to smooth it over because you want to think of your primer as a force field between your skin and your makeup. Now I'm going to conceal and highlight. Here I'm using my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in medium. I take it down the bridge of my nose, on top of my forehead, and around my chin area. I'm not using foundation today, so this is really going to help even out my skin tone and conceal the redness around certain areas. Now, once I start going and blending the concealer under my eyes, I like to tap with my ring fingers. And when you tap it, it doesn't take a lot of the product off, so it's best to tap outwards towards the inner corner. It really helps to brighten up that area and to make yourself look awake and bright-eyed and beautiful, especially if you're going to a New Year's party like I am here. Like you saw there, it's best to feather all the edges out so that it looks really natural. I'm setting it with my HD E.L.F. powder as well as my Hourglass Ambient lighting powder in Diffused light. The combination really makes my skin look luminous and natural and almost like unreal. I don't know, it's been a really nice combo for me. And here I'm using my Milani brow kit in dark. It has two shades, one dark and one medium brown color, and I like to mix the two. The darker color towards the edge of my brow, the tail, and I like to mix the two towards the front. Now here I'm setting my eyebrows because I have really fluffy hairs that usually droop down, so it's nice to keep them in place and to define my arch. Now this is the port part of the video. I did not focus very well on the eye look. I'm going to try to talk you through it as best as I can. So here I'm priming my lids with my Fergie for Wet n Wild eye primer. If you want your eyeshadow to last more than 12 hours, this is the one. It is the one. So here is my MAC Soft Brown eyeshadow. It's maybe a shade or two darker than my skin tone. It's really nice to help me remember not to go past this crease area. I'm not doing it very neatly. This brush is I think an E30 from Sigma, and I like to just flush it all over the place. Here I'm using a NYX eye base in skin tone, and I'm putting that all over the eyelid because I'm going to be using a MAC glitter. It's called Reflex Gold, and I got it from the limited edition Christmas sets they did this year. And so I'm tapping that over the base to really make it pop. I'm now creating this sort of soft cut crease. It happened unintentionally. I am deepening the crease with brown script. And here I think I'm using, it's either a E25 from Sigma or a MAC 217. The two brushes are very similar, and it helps to really concentrate it into a small tight area just like that without blending it too far out. And then I'm going to use my other brush to blend the edges so that everything sort of just blows out and is very smooth and cohesive. Now I'm going to line my eyes. Usually I can use a gel eyeliner or I can use a liquid eyeliner. Today I opted out to use a black shadow from my Our Heart Matte Wet n Wild palette. It's a great black, and this brush I found at a random store and I've loved it and can't live without it. It's like the perfect density, and it really makes my flicks crisp and nice. So here I'm doing a slight flick towards the end, and as I'm going to the inner corner, I'm lightly tapping the eyeshadow so it tapers much thinner in the inner corner. Now I'm curling my eyelashes with my Daiso eyelash curler. As I curl from root to tip, I like to tip my eyelash curler upwards. Now I'm using some mascara. I am a very, I guess, picky mascara girl. I like to use $3.99 Jordana mascara, but I got this GinZing mascara in a kit, so I've been using it, but I don't think I'll repurchase it. Here I'm using my H&M Gorgeous Tan Bronzer to contour the sides of my cheeks and to bronze up under my chin and around my forehead. I like to do this because the planes of my face are pretty flat, so this creates dimension and definition around the areas that I want to recede. For example, my cheeks, which are really squishy and lovely. Here I'm using a blush. I think I'm using Luminoso from Milani. It's a baked blush, really nice luminous blush as it says in the name. And I'm using a Everly blush brush. Here I'm using my Hard Candy highlighter. It's a Tiki, I think it's called Tiki. And here I'm trying to figure out what I want to do for my lips. So here's the finished eye look. It's nice and sparkly in person. I think the sun's kind of washing it out, but it was nice and natural and really easy for the night that I was going to have. And I thought I was going to do a red lip, but I decided to use this really nice coral lip. It's called Lover's Coral from Revlon, and I like to tap that in. It's super creamy, really nice color payoff, and it really feels comfortable on the lips. So thank you so much for watching. This is the finished look. I pretty much left my hair like this for the party, and I just maybe put a clip on the side, and this was a maxi dress. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and please subscribe.